good morning. So again I am here to teach you something about the UPSC. So as you know, in UPSC there is a general science paper. Under general science, physics, chemistry, bio, all three subjects are included. So just see, I am responsible to teach the chemistry part of general science. So just see, in UPSC syllabus of chemistry, basically total 11 units are there, and all those units we have discussed in 11th class, most of the units, and some units we have discussed in lower classes also. But this is the time to just revise those units. You know almost all basics, fundamentals, you know, but there is a need to revise. So just try to understand in this 20-minute video, in like a competitive exam, we can't complete everything. Or what you can say, within 20 minutes, we cannot complete everything which is required for competitive exam. But nevertheless, we'll try to tell you something about those chapters which are given in your syllabus. So, as you know, in total 11 units, in some places periodic classification is also there, metals and non-metals is also there, acid, bases and salts are also there. But one chapter is very important, that is the last chapter, chapter number 11, that is some important chemical compounds. In some important chemical compounds, what is there? How many things are there? Natural rubber, synthetic rubber, alcohols, detergent, soap, fertilizers, glass, ink, paint, gunpowder. These are the things which are given in the last chapter. And this is my personal experience. Almost every year, questions are being asked from those chapters. So just see, we can't say that this year will question from this particular portion only, because you know this is competitive exam and syllabus is very vast. So your preparation should be as per the standard laid down by the UPSC. So just try to understand. Now I will try hard to tell something about the physical and chemical changes. There are so many books you can access, and right now you are at your home, so you can refer internet and some other sources for getting various types of study material. Nevertheless, as far as basics are concerned, we'll try hard to clarify. Now first one is physical and chemical changes. So just see, what do you mean by change? What do you mean by change? Change is nothing but change in the property of substance with the passage of time. Now try to understand. It doesn't mean that only one property should be changed. At a time, more than one property can be changed. So in a nutshell, what we can say, change is nothing but a process in which one or more than one properties are changed with the passage of time. That is known as change. So there are two types of change. Now try to understand, since one or more than one properties of the substance are changed, so what should be there? There should be two types of changes. The first type of change is physical change. Second one is the chemical change. So just see, under physical change what is there? Under physical change what is there? And under chemical change what is there? So just see, as its name itself suggests, in physical change, only physical properties of the substance are changed. Only physical properties of the substance are changed. Now, what are the physical properties? Shape, size, density, volume, physical state like solid, liquid and gas. These are the physical properties. And during the course of physical change, only these things are changed. But remember, in physical change, chemical composition is not changed. Chemical composition of the substance or matter is not changed. And what about chemical change? In chemical change, what is there? Chemical composition will change, no doubt about it, because it is a chemical change. So try to understand. Now this is the time to study in detail physical change and chemical changes. उधर रख दो. So first, dear cadets, note down what are the characteristics of physical change. So we'll discuss their examples also, but there are certain characteristics of physical change. What are those characteristics? So the number one thing is, in physical change, no new substance is formed. New substance is not formed. What is the second one? It is a temporary change. It is not a permanent, temporary change, isn't it? Third one is, it is a reversible change. What do you mean by reversible change? Original substance can be brought back. Suppose you have started with one substance. So after some period of time, even though it is only undergoing change, but after some period of time, again you can get back the original substance. I can give you the example. Just see. Water is present at room temperature. Same water you transfer to the freezer or fridge. So after some time, what would be there? Water would be converted into or changed into ice. It will freeze into ice. Same ice you remove and keep under room temperature. After some time, you will get the water only. So you started with water and again you are getting the water. So it is one type of reversible change. It is one type of reversible change. Do you know why it is a reversible change? Because during the course of physical change, new substance is not formed. Hence, the chemical property of the substance is not changed. Only physical properties are changed. That is why it is a reversible change. The last one is physical properties like physical state. During the course of physical change, only physical properties like physical state, so interconversion of solid liquid into gas and vice versa, interconversion of solid liquid and gas, and some other physical properties like volume, density, refractive index, shape, size, volume, these are changed. So in a nutshell, what we can say, in physical change no new substance is formed. It is type of temporary change. It is a reversible change, and during the course of physical change, only physical properties are changed. Now, whatever properties, whatever characteristics, actually what are they? They are nothing but a characteristics of physical change. Characteristics. So just see whatever characteristics right now you have studied. These should be justified with the help of examples for the better understanding. Dear cadets, here I have written the examples of physical changes, and whatever characteristics we have studied earlier, we will justify whether those characteristics are met here or not. The first one is evaporation of water. Suppose, as you know, evaporation is surface phenomenon. It takes place at the room temperature. So just see, suppose one bucket water you have kept in open. So what would be there? That water will evaporate slowly, and when same water vapor is condensed, again you will get the water. So this one, evaporation of water, is a physical change. Why? Because chemical composition is not changed. Just see, water in liquid form also its chemical formula is H2O, and in vapor form also it is H2O only. So what is there? Chemical composition is not changed, and original substance you brought back. So the meaning of, and it is a temporary change. Only the physical state is changed. When you started with, it was liquid, and after some time what was there? It was in the vapor form. Again you can convert it into liquid form. So only the physical state is changed. That is why it is a evaporation of water is an example of physical change. Condensation of water vapor. I don't think there is a need to explain the condensation of water. When water vapor condenses back into liquid water, then what is there? Only the physical state is changed. That is why it is also an example of physical change. Crystallization. Just see. Salt crystal. Have you seen or not? Salt crystal. So how the salt is obtained from the sea water? Salt is dissolved in the sea water. You are collecting it and subjecting it for evaporation. Then what is there? Water will be evaporated. Crystal of salt will be left. You are collecting it and subjecting it for purification. You are getting the salt. Now same salt, if you have dissolved in the water, so what is there? Solution you will get. Now same salt is dissolved in the water. Again you evaporate the water. Then again you will get the salt crystal. So crystallization is an example of physical change only. New substance is not formed. When salt you have obtained from the salt, suppose their formula is sodium chloride NaCl, same salt you will get again. So the chemical composition is not changed. Beating of aluminium into aluminium sheet. Just see, everywhere you might have seen the beating of metals. So one of the important characteristics of metal is that they are malleable. Not almost all. Some metals are highly malleable. Aluminium is one of them. So malleability means what? Hammering them into thin sheet. So aluminium foil can be hammered into thin sheet, and same sheet, if it is broken into pieces, again you will get the aluminium metal which can again be hammered into thin sheet. So beating of aluminium into aluminium foil, that is physical change, and the symbol of aluminium will be Al only. Chemical composition is not changed, only the physical state, that is shape, size, that is only changed. Physical properties are changed. Next one is melting of wax. Always remember, melting of wax is an example of physical change, but burning of candle is an example of chemical change. Wherever burning word is there, always remember it is a chemical change only. So the melting of, when candle burn, then what is there? Wax has to be melted. So burning of candle is having both type of change. Burning of candle, actually who burns? That the thread which is inside the candle, that is burning. So their burning is a chemical change. But during burning, wax is melted, that is physical change. So what we can say? Burning of candle is an example of both change, physical change and chemical change. One more places where both changes are present, that is LPG cylinder gas. Have you seen or not? Just see, LPG gas, liquefied petroleum gas, when it is inside the cylinder, then what is the physical state of that gas? It is in liquid form. Under huge pressure inside the cylinder, it is liquid. When you press the knob, so same gas comes out. Okay. So now same liquid, when it comes out of the cylinder, now it is gas state. So earlier it was stored in the form of liquid. Now after pressing the knob, it is gas. So it is a physical change. But when same gas starts burning, it is a chemical change. So just see, storing of LPG gas in cylinder and burning of LPG, both are having, means both processes are characterized by different change. Storing of LPG gas inside the cylinder, that is physical change. But burning of LPG gas in the burner, that is chemical change. Another example is tearing of paper. You know, tearing of paper also temporary change only. You tear the paper, collect it, recycle it. Again you will get the paper. What is this one? Physical change only. Only physical properties is change. Magnetization of iron piece. Just see. Take one iron piece. Bring this one near to the strong magnet. So it will also acquire the magnetism. But when you remove the strong magnet away from this one, it will lose the magnetism. So what does it indicate? It indicates magnetism which is developed in the iron piece, that is temporary. So it is a physical change. Now there is one more important, disappearance of blue color. You know this is copper sulfate dot by H2O. What is this one? This is blue blue vitriol. What is this one? The blue vitriol, and its blue color is because of these 5 molecules of water. When you read this one, then what is it? You will get copper sulfate plus 5H2O. These 5 molecules of water, they are known as water of crystallization. What are they? Water of crystallization. So blue color is because of this one. When you read this one, the 5 molecules of water will release out. So this copper sulfate is now white, colorless. What is this one? Colorless. So the disappearance of blue color of copper sulfate is also an example of physical change. But remember, chemical composition is not changed. And now you can say, sir, earlier it was CuSO4.5H2O. Now it is CuSO4 and 5 molecules of water is out. So it should be the chemical change, because chemical composition is changed. No, it is not like that. Try to understand these 5 molecules of water. They are present there as a water of crystallization. They are present there as a water of crystallization. They are not a part of chemical composition of copper sulfate. Your original substance is CuSO4 only. Now these 5 molecules of water, they are entangled in the crystal lattice of CuSO4. So just see, chemically they are not bonded. What is there? These 5 molecules of water, chemically they are not bonded. They are only associated with the crystal lattice of copper sulfate. Once you heat, so they will go apart from the copper sulfate, and they are only responsible for imparting the color to the copper sulfate. So chemically these 5 molecules of water, they are not bonded with the copper sulfate crystal. When you are heating, these 5 molecules are going. So the chemical composition of copper sulfate has not changed. If they would have been chemically bonded with the copper sulfate salt, then it would have changed. Means chemical composition could have changed. Now chemical composition is not changed because chemically they were not bonded. So this is also an example of physical change. Another one is the distillation. What is the meaning of distillation? Distillation is evaporation plus condensation. Evaporation plus condensation. This process is known as distillation. So it is you can understand evaporation, conversion of liquid into vapor, and conversion of vapor back into liquid, that is condensation. So distillation is also an example of physical change only, because new substance is not formed and it is temporary change. Now cutting of hair and nails. Just see, hair you are cutting, again you are growing, it is growing, and there is no change in the chemical composition of hair. Same color hair will change, means will grow. So the chemical composition is not changed. Nail you are cutting and again it is growing. So what is this? Chemical composition of nail is not changed, only growth you are cutting. So this is an also example of physical change only. So in this way your physical change is completely completed. Now it doesn't mean that out of these 10 examples only will come in the UPSC exam. There are so many questions in the Pathfinder books and some other books also. Previous year's question paper you saw, but the basic thing about the physical change I have already covered. So, dear cadets, in this way your physical change is completely completed. Now today is my first day for UPSC class, so I will not extend this one. Exactly 20-minute video I will send. Means next time onwards, what is there? I will increase the span of video. Means more than 20-minute video I will send, and I will complete the chemical change and some of the other topics. But will teach in the series only. Means chapter number 1, 2, like that. And whatever things are possible, maximum I will try hard to cover it. So today only just you practice about the physical change. Next time I will teach you the chemical change and some other things. Thank you.